Hey team, Dave here. I want to take a minute to talk about problems, or more specifically, how our problems are actually a form of clutter. Now, as I say that one, when was the last time you thought of your problems as a kind of clutter? If you're like me, probably never. But it came to me as I was starting to think through what is essential, what is it that I really want, and doing some of my own reading in other areas. In particular, finally reading Robert Fritz's The Path of Least Resistance. Now, why bring that up? Fritz talks about two basic orientations in life, a creative orientation and a reactive orientation. The creative orientation is focused on how do we create what we really want to see or have in the world. And the reactive orientation is how are we reacting to our circumstances or our situations? And one of the things that distinguishes these two orientations is the reactive is a constant cycle of problem solving. We have a problem. It makes us really anxious. We get fearful of the situation. We respond to our fear. We start to solve or abate our problem, and our problem goes away, only to be replaced by a different problem or for that problem to come back. And we get stuck in a cycle, in a loop with our problems. The creative orientation, on the other hand, is actually about elevating ourselves. And so problems do come up in the creative orientation, but they're problems directly related to the thing that we're trying to create. So if I want to create more time with my family, the problems that I'm going to address are, what are some of the obstacles to me having that time with my family now? And I don't have to solve all of the potential problems, all of the potential situations that take time away from my family. I need to figure out when I'm going to try and have time with my family and then what might get in the way in those times. And so in this sense of, are we actually solving problems that matter? We can start to get some perspective on, we've got lots of problems that we spend our time solving or worrying about that don't matter at all. And by that fact, they are a form of clutter in our lives. There's an endless supply of problems that you could try and solve. You could endlessly try and perfect every part of your day, but it's not going to bring you fulfillment and it's not going to be meaningful. And you're just going to spend all of your day solving tiny problems instead of actually creating more of the life you want. That's how I got into minimalism. I was in this sort of swirl of constant problem, of overwhelm, of burnout. I've talked about that in some of the other videos. And what I found in minimalism was a way to quiet and calm some of that so that I could actually start to focus on what are the problems that I care about and what are the problems that when I solve them, I get more of what I want in my life. Because reality is I don't have to solve every problem. And many of the problems I don't have to solve are actually other people's problems. Light bulb, right? There was some point in this process where I realized I was so aggressively trying to control all parts of my life that I was trying to solve problems for the people around me as a way of maintaining some kind of stability or security or control. And let me tell you, being on the other side of that, mostly, I still try and solve some people's problems. You can ask my family. They don't always appreciate it, right? People don't want us to solve their problems. At best, they might want our help in them solving it. But that's all about what's the version of help they actually want. That's plenty of topic to talk about in a different video. But for now, I just want you to step back and look at your problems and start to ask yourself, which of these problems is real and matters, and which of them is clutter? I hope this has been helpful. I love having this chance to chat with you all. Please leave comments. I love the insights and the critiques. And what are the problems that you have in your life that are clutter? I would love to know. Until next time, cheers.